You probably think that if you haven't been overtly rude with someone or violently angry, that you are a respectful human being. And you probably are. But I just want to challenge your perspective just a little bit with the questions I'm going to ask now. Have you ever interrupted someone mid conversation? Have you ever forgotten to thank the security guard after he's opened the door for you? Have you ever been enjoying yourself so much in a group that you've forgotten about that one person sitting in the corner alone? Have you ever held a grudge against someone for more than a day, even after that person has apologized to you? If you've answered yes to any of these questions, I think we have a little bit more to learn about respect. If you don't know me already, hi, I'm Rhoda, and today let's talk respect. I've noticed that some people are naturally more respectful towards others. It can be because of their upbringing, they've been taught by their parents in a certain way and they continue to follow it. It can be because they're just naturally gifted with a compassion and kindness towards other people, and that shows in the way they treat others. And others actually are intentionally more sensitive to the needs and wants and desires of others, and that's how they are treating people with respect. Sometimes it doesn't mean that we are intentionally being disrespectful. We don't want to be disrespectful to somebody, but it just happens and we're unaware of it. So I just want all of us to be sensitive, be aware, and just be intentional about respecting people. If we aren't already, we probably are, but just in case we aren't, as I've been trying to do that myself, I came up with 3 tips to be intentionally respectful towards others, or at least catch yourself from being disrespectful. And I'm going to share those tips with you today. Tip number 1: treat others as if they're your equal. Now, I know all of us think we do that. We see others as equal. There's not much differences. It's 2017. Everybody is equal and has equal opportunity, equal rights. But do we really treat others as our equal? Sometimes, unintentionally, our mind plays tricks on us, and our mind kind of holds some kind of prejudices or some kind of opinions and assumptions about people, and that shows up in the way we behave with them. And we might not notice it, but they certainly do. Now, it can be that the person is just different from us, richer, poorer, older, younger, and from a different background, from a different community, from a different country. Sometimes we, knowing these differences of other people, we talk down to them as if they wouldn't understand us and we are above them, or we just completely ignore them from the conversation. And that is not something anybody likes. I don't like it. I'm sure you don't either. But it happens sometimes unintentionally, and it's just good if we realize that and change our habits. I'm not saying that you need to not change your language when you're talking to a particular person, because that's just good communication, because to get your thought across you need to make sure that the other person understands you, and sometimes the person is not from the same field as you are, so you need to use different technical terms, or that person has a different vocabulary from you because of the country they're from. So it's like using highway or freeway or restroom or toilet, and just different words depending on the audience. So that's good communication, and that's not what I'm talking about. It's just that when we assume something about a person and then just talk as if we're superior to them, that's disrespectful. And I've noticed that the moment I think of someone as me, that I am more respectful towards them, like even more than I previously might have been, just because I see myself in them, and then I see how I would want to be treated, and I treat them like that. And that's the golden rule, like treat others as you would want to be treated. And that's okay if we actually follow that rule and see others as an equal and treat them as we want to be treated. But sometimes we don't even see the other person as equivalent to us. We see them as different, and that's where the problem starts. That's when we don't start treating them as we want to be treated. And tip number 2: get to know their story. Have you noticed that the moment you become friends with someone or you get to know someone better, that all their past behaviors or actions or words that seem wrong to you becomes right because you kind of don't notice them and you feel as if you know why they're acting the way they do. Not saying that it becomes okay with you, because those things might just be something that you might not agree with, but you still can explain it away because you know the person now and you know why they behave the way they do or what their background is, and you can kind of forgive them. And that's why I think knowing someone or getting to know someone is very important in order to be respectful towards them and their thoughts and their ideas, because you get to know where they're coming from. I try to make sure that before reacting to some situation or somebody's behavior, that I get to know the person a little bit and get to know where they're coming from, what they mean, why they're thinking this way, and that makes it easier for me to understand them and not react negatively towards them, and just makes me be respectful towards them. And I know that sometimes you don't have the time to get to know a person because you might meet someone on the street or in a shop. It might be a salesperson and they talk in a certain way or they have opinions in a certain way and you might not agree with them. But it's always helpful to assume why they're behaving that way, like make up a story about them. Because honestly, it's better to make up a story in your mind and imagine something about that person's background than to treat them disrespectfully, because nobody likes that. It's just easier that way. It makes the world better that way. You don't know what they've been through, you don't know how their day is going. And so just treat everyone with respect, whether you know them or not, whether you agree with them or not. And even if they don't treat you with respect, I feel it's important that we need to treat them with respect, because again, you don't know how their day's been. They might be having a bad day or they had some bad news from home and they're just there working and you're shouting at them in a shop. Also, sometimes we tend to react to a person based on what another person has told us about this person. And that happens a lot because we're friends with people and they tell us about this person, and then we have a kind of assumption in our mind that this person is this way because of probably something they've done in the past, and we treat them with that knowledge. And what happens then is we don't give them a chance to prove themselves. We don't treat them respectfully, and obviously if in the first meeting you treat someone with disrespect, there are chances that they are going to be the worst version of themselves with you, because somebody has just treated them with disrespect, so they're not going to be inclined to treating you with respect, and then whatever assumption or presumption you had about that person becomes true. So that's one of the things that I've noticed happens a lot, because people are not perfect. We need to accept that we are living in an imperfect world. The sooner we realize that, the better our life will be, and the sooner we realize that, we'll be more respectful towards people regardless of who they are, what they're doing, how they act, how they talk, what their opinions are, and that just makes the world a better place. Tip number 3, make the effort. Now it all comes down to this. If I want to be a respectful person, I need to make the effort to be a respectful person. I need to make the choice firstly, then I need to make sure that I'm aware of what's going on around me and how people are reacting to me. I need to see whether when I enter a room, how are people reacting? Are they sensitive to something that I've said? Are they reacting negatively to my body language? Because that also matters. And so I need to be more aware, and in the beginning obviously it'll take more effort, but after some time it's going to be easy because it becomes nature. It becomes my nature, it becomes natural, it becomes just a part of me and my habit, and after that I don't have to even think about it before being the way I have to be with people. And I think that's the third tip that I've learned, is to make the effort to ensure that people are feeling comfortable around you. And we all know those people who walk into the room and can make everybody feel special. And don't you want to be that person? I want to be that person. And so I want to make that effort to be more respectful to others. It doesn't matter if they're of the same opinion as me. It doesn't matter if they're of the same background as me. It doesn't even matter if they don't respect me. Honestly, I just want to be respectful to anybody I meet, whether it's the guard outside or a stranger on the road or a family member. So I just want to make sure that wherever I go, wherever I walk, wherever I talk, wherever I am, that people in that room feel special, feel comfortable, feel respected. So that's my hope, that's my desire from the bottom of my heart, that all of us together create a community that is respectful of each other regardless of differences. Thank you so much for watching this video and giving me your precious time. If you like this video, click the thumbs up button down below, and if you like videos such as this, click the subscribe button down below again. It's very important for me because I get to know that you're watching, because it makes me happy that there are people who really want to make this world a better place just like me, and that makes all the difference. It starts from us, it starts from you, it starts from me. Thank you again for watching this video. Until next time, bye!